Creatine is the most research-backed supplement ever studied. Over 500 peer-reviewed studies. Proven safe and effective in every age group from adolescents to the elderly. But most people think it's only for bodybuilders. The full picture of what creatine actually does in your body, for your muscles, brain, bones, and energy system, changes how most people think about this molecule entirely. The International Society of Sports Nutrition reviewed all available research and concluded that creatine monohydrate is the most effective ergogenic nutritional supplement for increasing high-intensity exercise capacity and lean body mass, and that it has a strong safety record across all studied populations, including children, women, and older adults. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. In this video, we are going to see the complete science of creatine, what it is, how it works in muscle and brain tissue, what the research actually shows about its effects across multiple health domains, and who benefits most from supplementation. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The biggest misconception about creatine is that it causes kidney damage and is therefore dangerous for regular people. This fear has no support in the scientific literature. Research consistently shows that creatine supplementation at standard doses, 3-5 g per day, has no adverse effect on kidney function in healthy individuals, even after years of continuous use. The creatine damages kidneys claim comes from a misunderstanding of creatinine, a natural metabolic byproduct, not creatine itself. What creatine actually is, it's a naturally occurring compound synthesized in your liver and kidneys from the amino acids arginine, glycine, and methionine. It's also obtained from meat and fish. Approximately 95% of creatine in the body is stored in skeletal muscle as phosphocreatine. The remaining 5% is found in the brain, heart, and testes. Supplementation simply saturates these stores beyond what diet alone can achieve. The contrast between supplemented and unsupplemented creatine stores reveals why the effect is meaningful. Most people are at 60 to 80% of maximal creatine saturation from diet alone. Supplementation fills the remaining gap. And that gap has measurable consequences for explosive performance, fatigue resistance, recovery speed, and, increasingly recognized, cognitive performance. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. The mechanism behind creatine's performance effect is the phosphocreatine ATP system. ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is your cell's energy currency. During maximal effort lasting under 10 seconds, sprinting, heavy lifting, ATP regenerates almost entirely through the phosphocreatine system. Higher phosphocreatine stores equals faster ATP regeneration equals more power output sustained for longer before fatigue. This is the entire mechanism, elegantly simple. The brain also depends on the phosphocreatine system for energy buffering during cognitively demanding tasks. A 2018 meta-analysis in experimental gerontology found that creatine supplementation produced measurable improvements in memory and intelligence tasks in healthy adults, particularly in vegetarians and older adults who have lower baseline creatine stores. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. The range of documented creatine effects extends well beyond muscle performance. Research has expanded creatine science into areas that most supplementation discussions never mention. The breadth of evidence makes creatine unique among supplements. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The evidence here is robust, replicated, and directly relevant to your daily health choices. Creatine's role in bone health is one of the most recent and least known areas of research. Studies in older adults show that creatine supplementation combined with resistance training produces greater improvements in bone mineral density than resistance training alone. The proposed mechanism involves creatine's role in osteoblast energy supply, the cells that build new bone, and its effect on IGF-1 levels. How to use creatine optimally is well established by research. The dosing, timing, and form questions have clear answers, and the ISSN has provided guidance that removes the uncertainty that plagues so much of supplement science. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The timeline for creatine effects is predictable and well documented. Different benefits emerge at different time points, Knowing this helps set realistic expectations and confirms the supplementation is working correctly. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The evidence here is robust, replicated, and directly relevant to your daily health choices. Starting creatine supplementation is simple, inexpensive, and well supported. Creatine monohydrate is one of the few supplements where the research is so robust that the ISSN, NE, and major sports medicine organizations agree on its efficacy and safety. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. Different populations get different magnitudes of benefit from creatine, and the research helps identify who gains the most from supplementation. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The evidence here is robust, replicated, and directly relevant to your daily health choices. Science continues to confirm how deeply this influences your long-term biological outcomes. Creatine is not a niche bodybuilder supplement. It is the most extensively researched performance and health supplement in existence, with documented benefits for muscle strength and mass, cognitive performance, bone health, and recovery across all age groups. The safety record is exceptional. The mechanism is understood. And the dosing is simple. Most people who dismiss it are working from a 20-year-old misconception. Creatine has been studied for over 4 decades with a level of scientific rigor that virtually no other supplement can match. The research has settled the most important questions. And the conclusion is unusually clear. This is a safe, inexpensive, and comprehensively beneficial molecule that most people would benefit from understanding, and many from using. If today's video helped clarify something, share it with someone who needs it. Most people never see research summarize this clearly.